So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Can Keith Thurman get back to the top of the sport? Can he become a unified champion? Can he become world champion again? Listen, Keith Thurman's a very good fighter. I've always rated Keith Thurman. And if we're honest, right, let's be honest here. Keith Thurman, in terms of achievement, right, hasn't achieved what Terence Crawford's achieved. But if you look at his resume, he's fought better opposition, especially at welterweight. Thurman's beat Danny Garcia. He's beat Robert Guerrero. He's beat Sean Porter. He beat Luis Collazo. And he's even faced Manny Pacquiao. So Keith Thurman's resume is starting to look thick. And now he's looking for a Crawford fight. He's looking for a Spence fight. You know, Keith Thurman has a better resume than Terence Crawford. But Terence Crawford has achieved more. He's won more titles in different weight classes. Right? Keith Thurman is a very good fighter. I criticize Keith Thurman saying I don't know whether he's got the hunger. I don't know whether Keith Thurman has still got that hunger. Is he looking for a big payday? That will only be tested in the fight. However, I will say, of what I've heard in his interviews of late, I do think it's looking positive. I do think we're starting to see the old Keith Thurman, the guy that was hunting rather than the guy that was hunting the guys rather than being hunted. Because I think Keith Thurman, when he became champion, he became a little different. He stopped having that. I don't know whether he was as hungry. He started looking for the big money fights, which all fighters do. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just felt like he had lost a bit of determination, a bit of hunger. And that's why he was chasing the Pacquiao fight, because he felt that would be the big money fight for him. I think Keith Thurman should have been as desperate to fight Errol Spence as he was with Pacquiao, but he wasn't. But I do think now that he's not champion and he knows that he's a contender, the hunger's back. And he wants to get back to the top of the welterweight division. There's a great opportunity for Keith Thurman. There's a fighter out there with the name of Terence Crawford. He's not getting the big fights, right? It's Keith Thurman's opportunity to put pressure on him. Let's see how legit. Terence Crawford's been saying none of these guys want to fight me. They're alienating me, whatever he's saying. Keith Thurman has an opportunity. He's not a champion, right? Chances are Spence doesn't look like he's gonna fight him. He's got bigger fish to fry, in his words. Terence Crawford's in a position where Pacquiao's not gonna give Thurman a rematch. Terence Crawford, they're talking about him and Kell Brook. I think the Thurman fight is a bigger fight than the Kell Brook fight. Even though, as a British fan, I would love to see Kell Brook get that fight with Terence Crawford. But if we're honest, I think majority of the boxing public would probably rather see Thurman Crawford or Crawford Thurman rather than Crawford Brook. If we're honest, as a British fan, I would rather see Brook and Crawford, just because I would love to see the build-up. It probably would happen here in the UK as well, so the build-up and everything will be great. But if we're honest, and what the majority of the boxing fans around the world would want to see, they probably want to see Thurman Crawford. So I think that would be Keith Thurman's opportunity to prove how good he is, because I believe that Thurman can beat Crawford. It's a great fight between two guys. Now Crawford's going to go into that fight favorite. If Thurman wins that fight, we're talking about he's back on the pound for pound list. You know, Thurman, compared to Spence and Crawford, has always been underrated a little. You know, this is a man that can box. This is a man that can punch. This is a man that has good movement. Yes, his Achilles heel is he's not very good at taking body shots. He gets hurt with body shots. You know, you can really cripple him with body shots, and he's shown vulnerability throughout his career. However, Crawford's not a huge puncher. And what Thurman did show in the fights where he did get hit to the body and he did get hurt is he's very tough. This isn't a man that's going to quit in a fight. This is a man that's going to fight on like he did in the Pacquiao fight. He didn't quit. You know, he could have easily bailed out that fight, but he showed heart all the way through. So Thurman's a problem for anybody as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, if Thurman can get that, you know, Tim Bradley said if Thurman can get that, his head right, he's a problem. He is, because like I said, he's a complete fighter. He can box, he can punch, and he's got great movement. He's actually probably more complete than Errol Spence. Errol Spence is just a bully where he's a problem. His style's a problem for anybody, the way he fights. But Keith Thurman's probably more complete. He can box, he can move. I think he's a better boxer than Spence. And I feel that he punches just as hard, if not harder. And he has better feet and better movement than Spence. Spence can be a bit robotic. He looks a bit, at times he can look a bit flat-footed, whereas Thurman's very nimble on his feet. So I think Thurman, if he can get his head right, like Bradley says, he can get himself back in great shape, you know, stay injury-free, Thurman could be a problem. He could get back and win a world title. You know, I wouldn't count Thurman out yet. But leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think, guys. Do you think Thurman can get back to the top, or do you think he's done at top level? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.
I want to thank you all for me reaching 7,000 subs. I appreciate your support. Guys, as you can probably see from my channel art, I have recently started Patreon and Blogger. If you were to click on this icon here, it will take you to my Patreon page. And I just want to take you through my Patreon page. So at the minute, I've got two options. Hopefully, I will increase this if my Patreon grows. But at the minute, I've got one option, which is $1 a month fan donation, which will obviously help me produce better quality content on YouTube and faster for you guys. And I've got another option of $3 a month for 2 live streams a week, discussing boxing with myself. You guys will get to speak to me face to face. And I'll take you to my boxing blog. So if you were to click on this B sign here, it will take you to my boxing blogs, which is this page here. And all you have to do is click on here, and that will take you to my boxing blogs, where you can see all my different articles that I've wrote. So as you can see, I've wrote 6 articles about different topics. So if you want to click on one of my articles, all you got to do is click on this, and it will take you straight to the article, and you can read it, and you can then go back and read the others if you would like. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just highlight this to you. So make sure to read my articles. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. And guys, I thank you for your support. I thank you for me reaching 7,000 subs. Guys, I'm out.
So guys, a fight that I really want to see. You know what? It looks like Kell Brook may be next for Terence Crawford. Now, a lot of people are saying that's going to be his toughest fight at welterweight. Toughest fight in his career. But a fight, here's a problem. If Terence Crawford fights Kell Brook, right, here's what's going to happen. People are going to say, oh, well, he fought Errol Spence's leftovers. You know, it's not a great fight. Well, he just beat a guy that, you know, was inactive, finished. He's not going to get any credit. And it could potentially be a tough fight, Brook. If he looks bad in it, then it's going to look really bad on him. Now, if he takes a fight with Keith one-time Thurman, right, that makes more sense, because Keith one-time Thurman is more respected than Kell Brook as of right now. I think Thurman is more credible. Thurman has fought better fighters than Brook. Thurman just came off a loss against Manny Pacquiao, but that's no shame. Pacquiao is a great fighter. And I think that's a great fight for Terence Crawford to prove that he's great. If he was to beat Keith Thurman, that puts Terence Crawford, all of a sudden his resume is not as bad. He just beat Keith Thurman, he beat Khan, he beat Benavidez, Jeff Horn. You know, it starts adding up, it starts getting a bit thicker. So I think Terence Crawford should call out Keith Thurman. You know, it's all right going on social media and biting back at them. The fact is, like Keith Thurman said, send the contract. Send the contract. You know, the problem is if Terence Crawford is saying on this side, no one's fighting me, no one wants to fight me, then send the contract then. Terence Crawford must have a little bit of control over his career. I'm pretty sure he could go over to Bob and say, Bob, can you send over a contract to Keith Thurman? I want that fight. You know? Forget about Spence. Forget about Pacquiao right now. I don't think they're going to... Maybe the Pacquiao fight could happen. But I'm not sure those fights are going to come to the table. A lot of people don't think the Crawford is going to fight Pacquiao Spence yet. So the Thurman fight, the reason why the Thurman fight is possible because Thurman's in the Who Needs Me club right now. So Thurman, this would be a great opportunity for Thurman to become world champion again. So Thurman may consider the fight, and like I said, it would be a credible win for Terence Crawford if he can beat Keith Thurman. And I don't think that's no gimme. That's a hard fight. Thurman's a big welterweight, a strong dude, can punch, can box, that's a hard fight for Terence Crawford. It is. It's a very hard fight for Terence Crawford. So, and it's a more credible win. If he beats Brook, he's not going to get any credit for that. Spencer's already beat him. You know, Brook is inactive. He's not going to get any credit for that win. I'm telling you, he's not going to get much credit for beating Kell Brook. But he will get credit for beating Keith Thurman. He will get a lot of credit. So, for me, I think he should call out Keith Thurman. I think he should look for that fight. I think that's a dynamite fight. That is a dynamite fight. Terence Crawford should call him out. He should call out and send over the contract. Terence Crawford and Bob Arum should send a contract to Keith Thurman. They need to. Because that's the only way Terence Crawford is going to get the ball moving and get these fights with these. You've got to look at it from this point of view, right? You've got to look at it that Terence Crawford's not got anyone to fight right now, right? He's talking about a fight with Kell Brook, but like I said, he's not going to get any credit for beating Kell Brook if he beats him. Keith Thurman is a more credible name. He's achieved more than Kell Brook at welterweight. He was a unified champion. He beat Sean Porter. He beat Danny Garcia. You know, he beat Robert Guerrero. You know, he's got better names than Kell Brook on the resume. That's a much better win, right, for him. So I think he should be looking to call out Keith Thurman and tell Bob to send the contract over. You know, at least start negotiating. With Keith Thurman and see what happens. You know, who knows? The fight could get made. Keith Thurman might say, you know what, I'll go over there and fight him. But, you know, if you don't send over a contract, you're not going to know. You know, because Terence Crawford dismissed it and said, oh, you're not going to fight me. You know, he dismissed it. How do you know, though, if you're not sending over a contract? You know, Keith Thurman says that you've never sent over a contract. So, if you've never sent over a contract, then how do you know whether he's going to accept that contract or not? You've got to send over something first. I'm pretty sure Keith Thurman would look to fight Crawford. So, and it's a chance for him to win a world title. I think Keith Thurman at this point in his career, it'd be silly to turn down a big fight, a big money fight, and a chance to win a world title. And it's an opportunity for him to prove and come back after the Pacquiao loss, because most people think that Keith Thurman's over the hill. It's a chance for Keith Thurman to prove he's not, against one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, right? It's an opportunity for him to take that spot. So for me, it's a great fight for Keith Thurman. If you're looking at it from Keith Thurman's point of view, it's a great opportunity for him. It's a great comeback for him after losing to Pacquiao. Because I don't think Keith Thurman hasn't fought. He hasn't fought since Pacquiao. So both of them would be inactive for quite a while, because Kavalauskas fought Crawford in December. So Crawford's not fought for a while. Well, not a while. It's only been like, what, January, February, March, April, May. So about 4 or 5 months. By the time we get back, maybe another 3. So it might be about 8 months out the ring by the time he gets back. And Thurman would be almost a year. So that's a long time. And who knows, by the time Crawford gets back, it might be a year. Thurman might be a year and a half. So would Thurman go straight into a fight with Crawford? Who knows? But I do think, because of the current climate, there might not be time for warm-up fights. Broadcasters might not want warm-up fights. You might have to take big fights right away, because there might not be no money for warm-up fights. So who knows? Leave your thoughts though. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think Keith Thurman and Terence Crawford should fight right away? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.
I want to thank you all for me reaching 7,000 subs. I appreciate your support. Guys, as you can probably see from my channel art, I have recently started Patreon and Blogger. If you were to click on this icon here, it will take you to my Patreon page. And I just want to take you through my Patreon page. So at the minute, I've got 2 options. Hopefully, I will increase this if my Patreon grows. But at the minute, I've got one option, which is $1 a month fan donation, which will obviously help me produce better quality content on YouTube and faster for you guys. And I've got another option of $3 a month for 2 live streams a week discussing boxing with myself. You guys will get to speak to me face to face. And I'll take you to my boxing blog. So if you were to click on this B sign here, it will take you to my boxing blogs, which is this page here. And all you have to do is click on here, and that will take you to my boxing blogs where you can see all my different articles that I've wrote. So as you can see, I've wrote 6 articles about different topics. So if you want to click on one of my articles, all you got to do is click on this, and it will take you straight to the article, and you can read it, and you can then go back and read the others if you would like. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just highlight this to you. So make sure to read my articles. Make sure to subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested. And guys, I thank you for your support. I thank you for me reaching 7,000 subs. Guys, I'm out.